Everyone, Angelina, Sparkling Diva, back with another pick a card reading. This one does not really have a theme. It's just guidance for you. What can come through for you now that you need to know. Of course, it's a timeless reading. We have three choices. Number one is Peach Moonstone. I had to think there. Peach Moonstone. And number two is Chiritella Agate. And the number three is Flower Agate. So if you make your choice, if need be, pause the video, then I'm gonna start reading. Right, I didn't have the card up there. Right, now you can see them, your first two cards. We have Wisdom and we have Timeless Earth. And what you need to know or do or change right now, what the message is for you, you have an awful lot of wisdom, but you're sitting on it. You're not doing anything with it. And so you're supposed to start changing that, to do something with it, to start following your inspiration, your desires, and not just sit on it all and maybe thinking like, I don't know, what am I going to do? I'm just going to sit here. And also these peacock feathers on the head, they have these eyes in them, right? And that means seeing far and wide, having a broad vision. So again, that goes back to wisdom and knowledge. And also the peacock is very proud of himself, right? And that's something you also may start to embrace and maybe develop. Maybe you don't believe in yourself, maybe you don't feel good enough, not worthy, whatever, but be proud of yourself, of everything. I believe that's what peacock can stand for, among other things, as a power animal, being proud of yourself and of everything that you have done and achieved, including things in your past and including your, between quotes, mistakes, right? And just embrace the whole lot. And start doing something with it, and with all that wisdom and stuff that you have to offer. And with the Timeless Earth, I haven't read the interpretation in the book for this, by the way. This is what came to me intuitively, and with this card the same. I actually love that one. Look at those colors, that emerald green. It's absolutely wonderful. But what I felt with that card for this reading is you need to tap into your courage to start doing stuff, to get off your ass and to start doing things, come out of hiding, because basically it's as if she's hiding in the water, and because the rest of her body is in the water, right? And the leaves are covering her up and basically in hiding. And you have to come out of that. You have to tap into your courage. That's what's needed for you in order to change that. And just do it. Just go for it. Just be proud of yourself and know that you have something to offer. Now we're going to your tarot cards. First we have the Ace of Swords. Then we have the Page of Swords. And there's another one, I'm going to stick that in a minute. The Ace of Swords. Now, hang about, because I wanted to get my pointer brush. It is a brush, but I like to use it. It makes things a little easier than putting my hand in front of the camera all the time. The Ace of Swords. Also peculiar, also not the default interpretation. This reminds me of a church. I am aware that it doesn't have to be per se, but it reminds me of a church. So, but it's a ruins. It hasn't even got a roof anymore, right? And I feel you're in that church, in a confined space of your own limiting well, not just a limiting, but of all your thoughts and beliefs. And it is limiting. And it doesn't do you any more good. I mean, if it's not raining, you'll get wet there, right? If we get a storm there, yeah, well, you're not going to be too happy to be there either. You would like to have shelter. So it's not a really good place for you to be anymore, no longer. And it can be limiting thoughts and beliefs, but it can also be that the thoughts and beliefs that you have held up until this point do not serve you any longer. So they're slightly different then, right? And I also feel that if you get out of here, there's the roses or peonies. I'm not certain what they are. Peonies, I think. Or whatever, I'm just going to call them roses. Here is the roses, here is the love, there is the beauty. So it's not healthy for you to stay here anymore. You have to cut that away, use the sword to cut away everything that no longer serves you and get out of that. And we see that here as well. The Page of Swords, she's holding a sword, and behind her is that pink light, that circle of pink light, and it somehow looks to me, and that's purely for this reading, as if that light is cutting away the branches and trees that are behind her, and it's almost as if these are sort of doing a similar thing as this church, as these walls, keeping her in place, like tentacles or something. But the light that is now shining out of her is cutting that away, right? So again, it might take a lot of courage to change things that no longer serve you, to cut them out of your life. Sometimes that is necessary. Can also include people, so that might take courage, right? And also knowing that you're worthy, that you're good enough, and that you deserve that. The peacock thing that I was talking about with that card. And then with your last card, we are going to the Queen. Hang about. Oh, there goes my pointer. Let's see if they stand up. The Queen of Pentacles, beautiful card. Like I said in the last reading, she came up as well. This card, well, okay, I'm going to put those away. This card is one of the reasons that I actually bought this deck. It's so beautiful. Look at it. Anyhow, that's you feeling, she's the queen, right? Feeling adequate, feeling worthy. So again, that comes up. Being grounded as well. Because whatever you want to have, whatever you want to do or achieve or whatever, or change in your life, you have to not just think about it and just sit on it like that woman. You have to actually ground it. You have to bring it down into reality, right? And act upon it. And then it gets grounded, it gets anchored. This is also believing in yourself. So there's, again, back to that peacock thing. Believing in yourself, being proud of yourself, being able to nurture yourself, and not just financially, right? It can be, but it doesn't have to be. It's just nurturing yourself. And it's also a very warm, loving, caring woman. But I feel for this reading, it's mostly about, feeling good about yourself, and being out of that, out of this situation, basically, stepping out of it, because there is love, there is beauty. It doesn't have to be romantic love, don't get me wrong on that. Just love, right? And beauty and abundance and everything is out there for you. So get out of that place, of that limiting place that in a way can serve as a yeah, as a safe haven, a place where you find security. But yeah, it's not really helping you, or not anymore. So that's what I have for you, and thank you for watching. I hope it resonates, and I'm going to the numbers 2. Right, numbers 2, these are your first 2 cards. We have Nature and Flame of Inspiration. I love your entire reading actually, but yeah, let's get on with it. This is about, with the Nature card, the first card, you being really aligned with you, with your true nature, yourself, having self-confidence as well, feeling harmony and a really nice good energy, and things are working out for you now as well. They will unfold for you with ease, whatever it is that you want to do, right? And with the Flame of Inspiration is quite similar. You feel very inspired and passionate, and at the moment, and the time is also fertile to be that way, to do stuff like that, to explore, to have fun. But it's not a time of actually plotting a steady course to make real plans, solid plans. Or, it's a stage before that where you feel that. You first, of course, have to get into alignment with yourself if there is to be something new, right? If you are not in alignment with yourself, this cannot happen. So first you need to be in alignment with yourself, then you will get the inspiration and the passion and the drive to start doing something. And it's about just enjoying that phase, that stage, just venturing out there, having fun with it. And that sense of adventure, of something new coming up, that. And that vibe, the same message, will go on in your other cards. I'll put them in. I'll pause it. Alrighty, your tarot cards, we have the Fool. I actually really love this card, this Fool card. It's quite different. I think this is Pamukkale in Turkey. I'm not certain. And we have the Three of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So again, fiery energy like we had with the Flame of Inspiration, because wands are fiery, right? The Fool is again about expanding your horizons, going new places, doing something. It can also be figurative, doing something entirely different. It's basically, it's the beginning of a new cycle after we had the World card or in a major arcana, right? That's the ending of a huge cycle. Then it starts all over again, a different cycle with the Fool. And then so there will be a new opportunity in your life. You might be seeking that out, because we saw that with the other 2 cards too. You're ready for that. You want that adventure. You want to have that new cycle begin, and spontaneous experiences, and and it might take a bit of bravery, right? Because you might not, you will not be able to see the whole way ahead. But you have enough knowledge and wisdom, etc., to be able to handle that. And you know that too. You know that. And then the Three of Wands is again looking to the future and seeing your path, and that you're gaining momentum in achieving your dreams when that card comes up, and you can also see the beginning of it, the path. You're beginning to see it clearer. Also the steps you have to take, plans you have to make in order to, set foot on that path. It's not necessarily about already taking action on it, acting on it, and certainly not taking risks. not necessarily, but you're beginning to see it, right? You're looking out at the horizon and what's there, so you're beginning to see it. There's more clarity coming in. And then we have the Knight of Wands, also very, very fiery energy, very fast moving energy. The Knight of Wands is the fastest knight of the tarot. So he also has a knack for adventure, and it's a kind of energy where he just goes for it, right? Not really giving it much thought of what can go wrong, and because knowing that you got yourself, and what the hell can go wrong. Sometimes you just have to do that. Be in that mindset, have that attitude, like sod it, I'm just doing it, I'm just going for it because I believe in myself. You are aligned with yourself, with your true nature. You have the self-confidence, and you have the passion, the inspiration and the passion and the drive to go for it. Now this it's not really a card of making plans. At some point you will have to do that. If you want something to last and succeed and so on and so forth. But I feel for you in general, right now, the most important thing for you is to align with yourself, have that confidence to really go for it, and to venture out there, and to not be afraid. Because there is no fear in any of these cards. The Fool is not afraid, he is not afraid, they are not afraid. And neither is she, right? They just go for it and enjoy it, especially that. Enjoy it. Enjoy this beginning stages of something new, of an adventure that is coming your way, right? So that's what I have for you. I hope it resonates and that you like it. And see you with the next reading. Number 3, your first cards. We have the Goddess of Oneness and Cooperation. The Goddess of Oneness speaks of human consciousness being like the internet, like the World Wide Web, that everyone is connected through their thoughts and feelings. So that's basically back to the law of attraction, that whatever you think and feel, other people will pick that up, and you will attract that way what you are exuding into that internet of the consciousness, right? That's basically what that one is about. And it also says that if you maybe are missing someone, now I must say, I don't feel that for most of you this is going to be about missing someone. I feel for most of you it's going to be about, for instance, work related with other people. Maybe one colleague at work, or your friends, your social circle. But it is possible that for some of you this has to do with love, and it can be with this Goddess of Oneness that you have lost someone or missing someone at the moment, and that you feel totally off kilter because of that. But then the message is also to remember that you're still connected, right, through that web of consciousness. They're not really gone, you're still connected, you're still, in that sense, still in touch. And then with the cooperation, the message is then that the missing ingredient in your current situation is cooperation. That what you want to achieve can be achieved provided you cooperate, provided you work together and take other people's feelings and thoughts and views into consideration. Right, so not just yours, but also other people. So maybe you have to listen a bit more, be open a little bit more. So sometimes it can be really surprising that if you do that, then you find that someone else's idea actually is quite good for us as well. You know, so cooperate, that part that is missing and that is important for you at the moment. Whatever your situation, whatever your query, right? I'm going to put in the tarot cards. Right, your tarot cards, we have the Five of Wands, then the Knight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. Here again, we see, Five of Wands, there is conflict. Like, basically what came up with that one, right? That you have to cooperate and be open to other people, but it can also be conflict within yourself. It can be that you're clashing with someone else, but it can also be conflict within yourself. Maybe that is more the case when you are missing someone at the moment, or it can be that you lost someone completely, right? And then it can be, in those cases, more that you have this inner thing going on. But that's also not doing you good. So you have to just try and get clarity on that and see how you can shed that, right? And release it. And so think about how can you focus your own energy in the situation you're in, how to help the situation that you're in. And I think one of the things is what the Knight of Pentacles is about, will be the answer. And that can help you, because the Knight of Pentacles is a planner. He's methodical, and he's also not fast. He doesn't want to put his foot in anything, and usually he will not do that because he really thinks things through. So he's not rushing. He takes his time. He does plan, and he investigates things before he goes for it. But he is committed, right? He's not a quitter. So he's committed. So maybe it would help you as well, whatever the situation you're in, to shift from this into this. Try to do that. So you become more of a planner, more of a... This is also far more calm energy. This isn't calm. A conflict situation is not nice to be in. This is calm. This is soothing. But you're still doing something, right? You're not sitting on your ass and not doing anything. You are doing something. You are thinking things over. You are planning. What can I do? Which steps can I take to improve this, to change this, to make me feel better, whatever is going on. I'm sorry. And then with the Cups card, the Nine of Cups, is a very positive card. Is wishes fulfilled, right? That's what that card in general is as well. Sorry. Oh, anyhow, there is no stress here. There's calm and peace and feeling good, and it's also replenishing yourself. So maybe this situation has been going on for a bit, or it just, even if it didn't, it was quite draining. And here you can rest and relax and replenish yourself, fill your own cup. And it's also starting seeing again that whatever you thought was lacking or not working out is possible, maybe in a different way than you had initially thought, which can happen if you started to cooperate, to open up to other people's views and feelings and whatever, that you actually start seeing a maybe entirely different solution than what you had in mind. But if it works for you, who cares, right? If it works for you and it feels good, then that's okay. That's basically it. That's basically it. Knowing that what you feel and think, and also that was the Goddess of Oneness, right? Your thoughts and your feelings, and that web of the consciousness. what you think and what you feel also defines your behavior, right? And if you then cooperate, you will get out of that conflict stuff, whether that's within or without or both. And then you can start finding a more stable place, because the Knight of Pentacles is also very stable, and you can find relief, and you start to see things again, and you start to feel good again, right? And yeah, wishes fulfilled. So that's what's important for you right now, to be mindful of, to do. Yeah, I hope it's helpful, right? And thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.